Good morning, everyone. This is BremSter, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle called Heavy is the Head by ZegreS. So, ZegreS puzzle came into my email box last night, just before I went to bed. This morning, I am solving it. Yes, I have a queue. The queue is a little amorphous in the way it works, and if your name is set a name as ZegreS, then yeah, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to that puzzle. I know nothing about this puzzle apart from what you can see right now. This is a Thermo puzzle set by ZegreS, and I have not done a ZegreS puzzle in a while. Apparently he's been taking a hiatus, and yeah, this gets a queue jump. ZegreS was one of the first people to submit to my channel, and yeah, ZegreS gets a queue jump. Absolutely, I love ZegreS puzzles. There's something else I want to show you for before I get onto the puzzle. I record way in advance, and at the time of me recording, the Hamilton Sudoku series has not fully been released on my channel. It's currently being released. I'm recording this on a Sunday morning. You'll see this, I think, on a Thursday night. But I just want to show you this image that I'm just bringing up on the screen now. Which was done by, I believe it was RockRat0. I should check that. Actually, let me just check that. I'm pretty certain it was RockRat0. Which, yes, it was. This was done by RockRat0, which is you can see it now. I'll read it out. A group of setters joined forces behind the scenes at Skunkworks to set a series of puzzles supporting the biggest puzzle and Hamilton fan on the planet and calling themselves Project B. The plan was to write a week, maybe two, of puzzle content, the work divided evenly among the whole group. In the end, they made 211 in the span of 6 months. Within the first batch, they sent him 5. After that, more than 29. BremSter did solve each of the 51, the Hamilton Sudoku series. That is, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love this image so much, bringing it up in a way that can be seen by... I was so appreciative of this, pulling out the lyrics from Non-Stop and modifying them in such a way that... It just is absolutely beautiful, and I want to thank RockRat0 and everyone on Project B for making this happen. I know the series is done. The finale for it just blew my mind, and yeah, and the fact that I was able to get that intro and I was able to put all of those memories into that video is just absolutely stunning. Thank you everyone for being involved, but I do want to move back to, I did want to show everyone that, and I want to move back now to the ZegreS puzzle. So, Heavy in the Head by ZegreS. ZegreS has been, as I said, hasn't been setting for a while, so it is very likely that... I mean, and I'm recording, as I said, I'm recording on a Sunday. This will come out on a Thursday. I would not be surprised if you've seen this on another channel by then. If I was cracking the cryptic, for example, and I saw a ZegreS puzzle come out, I would absolutely jump on it because it's a ZegreS puzzle. But I'm not them. I know they do a lot of things that I don't fully agree with, but I do, and people sometimes say, do you not like them? I absolutely adore Simon and Mark. I love what they do for the community, even though they don't take part in it really. What they have done for the puzzle community and the people they have brought together around their channel. If you're not subscribed to their channel, do so. If you are not a member of their Patreon, while I don't like some of the things that they do with it, I think it is excellent value. I am a supporter of them on Patreon, and will continue to be so as long as they are, bringing out puzzles for people to solve. Their apps, again, those apps at the very, very beginning were incredibly useful. I learned a lot from those apps. I would probably go elsewhere to learn the tricks that I use now, if I was starting off. But if you were to purchase those apps because you wanted to have them on your phone or your iPad or whatever, there's nothing wrong with them. They are excellent apps for the purpose. I think there are free tools available now for doing it. I would probably buy the books by Akash Dulani or join Enthralling Sudoku before I would buy the CTC apps. But you have options, and those options being available to you is a better thing. My opinion is my opinion. If you want to go, and honestly, if you've you've got the money, buy all of them. Do the CTC apps. Get the Akash Dulani books. Join Enthralling Sudoku by Ashish Kumar. They are all good. But I would not be surprised if this puzzle comes out on CTC before you see this video, because it's a ZegreS puzzle, and it should. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at it now. The rules is not going to take very long to explain at all. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Cannot repeat them at all. And then digits along thermometers strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. So as we run along a thermometer, the digits will increase. They don't have to be sequential. So it doesn't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could go 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. That would be fine, but they must increase. This digit must be higher than this digit must be higher than this, and so forth along all of these thermometers. And a lot of these thermometers are tiny. So yeah. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer and then see if I can figure out how to solve this beast. Because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. There's almost certainly going to be geometry going on here. Like, I could pencil mark these, but like maximum 9, maximum 8, maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, maximum 4. So I could pencil mark those 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Sorry, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I'm going to get something along here. Like, this pattern bugs me. Like, is this more restricted than it looks? Maybe. But this is shorter. So I'm worried. Like, if this is a 1, because this sees all of those thermos. So whatever goes in that cell cannot appear on those thermos at all. But those thermos are maximum 6 long. Like, if this was a 5, for example, there's something going on here, but I can't quite lock my head on it. Like, where does this cell? No, that's not it. Like, I can tell that goes in one of those 4 cells, because this can't repeat on its own thermo or in its own row. This cell is in one of those, because this can't repeat on its own thermo or in its own column. This, no, that's not it. I feel there's something very strange going on here. Like, if... No, this has a maximum of 3. So 1 and 2 are in those cells. So we know 1 and 2 has to be in those 3 cells, because I can't put it in any of these. Now, 9, 8, 7, 6. This has a maximum of 6. So I've got 5 cells that have a maximum of 6. So 7, 8, 9 are in those 4 cells. But that can't be 9. Hang on, 7, 8, 9 are in those 4 cells. But this is higher. Does that mean this has to be 7, 8, or... This can't be 7, 8, or 9? Because if this is 7, 8 goes... Oh, no. Sorry, does that mean this has to be 7, 8, or 9? Because if I put 7, 8, 9 down here, what's that? So this has to be 7, 8, or 9. Because this has a maximum 9, 8, 7. This has a maximum of 6. This has a maximum of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these. So 7, 8, 9 goes in those 4 cells. But I can't put 7, 8, 9 down here because that would be have to be higher than that. So this little 2-cell thermo would be broken. So this has to be one of the 7, 8, 9. So it's not 1, 2, and this is a 1, 2 pair. And there's 2 of 7, 8, 9 down here. But I could put one of them there. I could make those 7, 8, 9. But I've still got to put a 3 in this row, and the only place I could put 3 is there. So this is 3, this is 2, this is 1, which means there's no 2 or 1 up here. This isn't 1, there's no 2 up here. So this is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, not quite. This is 3, 4, this is 4, 5, this is 5, 6, this is 6, 7, this is 7, 8, this is 8, 9. But this is now a 7, 8, 9 triple. So that is a 6. So 5, 4, 3. And these are from 6, 7, 8, 9 and must contain a 6. But this has to be higher than whatever is in here. So this is from 7, 8, 9. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is beautiful. I knew there was something going on with this cell and these thermos, but I wasn't expecting it to be that. What, now there is 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. So these are 4 and 5. That's absolutely beautiful. The question is BremSter clever enough to be able to do anything with that? And that's a really big question. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 is over here. This is not a 9, by the way, in case you were wondering about how thermos worked. Now we know this digit is over here, so 6 is over here. That's not stunning news. We know 1 is in one of those 3. That's not stunning news either. I imagine there's going to be more tricks like that now that I've got this pressure. So 1 and 2 can't be in those cells. So 1 and 2 are in those. So as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I can't put 1 or 2 in either of those. I can't put 3 in either of those. So this has a maximum of 4, but it actually has a maximum of 3 because of that. So this is a 1, 2. This is a 2, 3. So there's a little bit more pressure on this than it appears. But it's not quite enough, is it? This is a maximum of 4, this is a maximum of 3. But this is a 2, 3, 4, 5 quadruple. So where's 1 in this row? It's in one of those 2 cells. But that means that these are from 6 or that's a 6, 7 pair. Because it can't be from 1 because it's partway along a thermo. And it can't be 2, 3, 4, or 5, and it can't be higher than 7, because if it's higher than 7, I go 8, 9, boom. So this is a 6, 7 pair. So that's an 8, and that's a 9. That's stunning. So this is a 6, 7 pair. There's no 7 here, which means that's a 7. So if this is a 7, I have to put an 8 in one of those. And that would mean that on the other side, this has to be a 7-8 pair, and this has to be an 8-9 pair, because wherever the 7 goes, it goes 8-9, and then the 6 can't jump to 8 because the 8's on the other side. So one of these is 6-7-8, and one of these is 7-8-9, which means that's a 6 and that's a 7. The 8 makes that the 9 and that the 8, which means that's the 9, 8, 7, and this is the 6, 7, 8. Holy cow. This now has a maximum of 5, as does that. As does that. Hang on, that's got a maximum of 4. Because it sees 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a maximum of 4. So it's 2, 3, 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, giving me a 1, 2, 3 in the column. But this is a maximum of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where's the 1 in this row? And the reason this is a maximum of 4 is it's got to be lower than 6 and it sees a 5. So this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Where do I put 1 in this row? I can't put it there because I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. And I can't put it in any of those because that's a 2, 3, 4. That's a 1. This is bonkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is now a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this, hang on, where's 8 in this box? It's not here. So that's the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. So there's no 5 in any of those. There's got to be a 9 down here. Now, I can't put it under 7 on the thermo, and I can't put it in the same column as a 9. That's the 9. There's a 6 in one of these. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Well, there's no 1 in any of those. So it's 2, 3, 4. Well, there's no 1 here either. So there's no 2 here. So there's no 3 here. That's a 4, 5 pair, which means that's the 3, that's the 2, that's the 1, that's the 2. There's no 4, 5 in any of those. So I can take 4 out of those and 5 out of there. This is actually a 1, 2, 3. There's no 2 in either of those. There's no 1 there. This is a 3, 4 pair. This is bonkers. There's no 1 there because that the 2 makes that the 3, which makes that the 4, and that the 3, which takes 3 out of there and puts 3 into there. This is beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes here, which means this is less than 5. I already said it had to be less than 5, but it can't be 1 or 3. So it's 2 or 4, and it sees a 2. That's a 4. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. Which is fine. They're going to have to get resolved by Sudoku later. This is stunningly good. I knew that this would have something to do with it. I'm actually going to get rid of that colouring because it's not serving me any purpose whatsoever. Now, this has a maximum of 6. Where's 9 in this column? It's not down. Yeah, it's in one of those two, because if I put it there, this is higher than 9. This has a maximum of 8, but I'm not sure that's going to cut it. I do have to put a 9 in this column, but I could put it there. In fact, it's in one of those two cells. It's actually in one of those two cells as well, because I can't put it on the bottom of the thermo. That's actually a maximum of... Actually, that's a low maximum. 9, 8... It can't be 7, 6, 5... That's a maximum of 4. And that's a maximum of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. Is that... And 3 is down here. No, that's not a 3. 3 is in one of those two. 5 is in one of those two. There's no 5 on that thermo at all. Okay, let's look at this quad. 1, 2, 3. I'm unable to click. 4, 5 can go in any of them. So 5 can go in any of them. 7 can go in any of them. No, this is a 4-8 pair. So I can take 5 and 7 out of there and put 8 in, because there has to be a 4 and an 8 in this box and it can't go in those. So these are 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 6. Yeah, those are 2 and 6. I feel this thermo is what's going to break it open at the moment, and I'm not seeing how. 9 is in one of those two. I really feel like it's this thermo, but I don't have any evidence for that whatsoever. 3 is in one of those two. Is it that thermo? This is a minimum. This is a minimum of 6, because it has to be higher than 2, and it can't be 3, 4, or 5. So this is 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. But there's no 9, so there's no 8. So what am I missing from this column? 1, 2, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 is in one of those two. One is in one of those two. No, I'm not getting it. I've missed something. What is the trick I am missing? Maybe if I mark this up. This has a maximum of 9. This has a maximum of 7. Maximum 6, maximum 5. I don't think that's it. Because this is 1, 2, 3, 5. 2, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6, 7. 6, 7, and 9. We know 5 is in one of those two. Is that a thing? No. We know 7 is in one of those two. That doesn't seem to be cutting it either. So this can't be a 2. Because if this is a 2, this is a 1, and that is broken. It can't be 3, 4, 5. So this is from 6, 7, 8, 9. It's not 6, because it sees the 6 in the column. So this is actually restricted to 7, 8, 9. But now 1 in this row can only be here or here. Is it this quadruple? 1, 5, 6, 8. So 8 is up here. 156. I've completely lost it, haven't I? What's this quadruple? 5, 6, 7, 9. I've already got 5 up here. So this is 6, 7, or 9. So if this is 7, 6, this becomes 1, and this becomes 2, 4. Because 7, 6 makes this 2, 1, so this becomes 4. Well, this isn't 1. Hang on. 7, 6 makes this 2, this becomes 1. This becomes 4, because this has to be at least 2. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4 can't go in those cells. Where do I put those digits in box 3? They can't go there, and they can't go in those cells. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple. That's not an 8. That's an 8. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's no 3 or 4 there. That's a 1 or a 2. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple. So what the heck is that doing? This is now 1, 6, or 7. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the 9. So there's no 9 there. There is a 9 up here. That's really cool, but I'm... So those are 5, 6, 7, and 9. They must contain 5 and 9. Those are the same digit. Which isn't... This can't be 2 anymore, because if that's 2, that's 1, and that's broken. That's absolutely a 4. Which means this is not a 4. And if this is not a 6, this is not a 4. This can't be a 2 either. This could never have been a 2, because if this is 2, this is 1, and that's broken. I should never have even put that in there. There's a 6, 7 pair in the row. That's a 5. So this is not a 5. Two and 3 are in here. This 2, 3 can't be in here, can't be in here, and I can't put 2 and 3 in here Because if I put 2, 3 here, both of those become 1. So where do those 2 and 3 go? They're not in here, they're not in here, they're not here, and they're not both there. That has to be a 2 or a 3. It's not a 1. And hang on, where does the 1 go? I can't, if I put the 1 here, then these are 2 and 3, and I've got too many 1, 2, 3s. The 1 has to be up here. And I can't put it there, I don't think, because I still need to put a 2, 3 down here. The 1 is up here. That has to be correct, doesn't it? If I put a 1 here, this becomes a 2, 3 pair, and I've got too many 1, 2, 3s. If I put a 1 here, this becomes a 2, 3 pair, and I've got too many 2, 3s. If I put the 1 here, I still need to put a 2, 3 here, and I've got too many 2, 3s. The 1 has to be up here. This is not a 1. So the 1 is in one of those two. The 6, 7 pair, of course, takes 7 out of there. Takes 6 out of there as well. This is nuts. Absolute nuts. Five. Where's 5 in this box now? It's not in any of those. That's the 5. So this is actually a known triple. I should have done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 6, and 8. Well, there's no 1 there for the reasons I just went into. But the 1, 6, 8 means that's 7 and that's 9, which was probably there already, but eh. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, and 4, and there must be a 4 there. I'm still not grokking this puzzle, but I'm loving it. You don't have to fully understand something to love it. You don't have to fully understand something to love it. So there's a quadruple in row 5. 1, 3, 6, 7. So there's no 7 in here. So these are from 1, 3, and 6. There's no 1 here. It's not done it. This 7, of course, sees over. That's the 6. So I know what this triple is. Well, the 6 looks down, making that the 2, which means this is the 1, and there's no 1 here. This is a 2, 3. This is a 1. The 1... It gives me that 2, 3 pair. This one makes, of course, this 2, which means this is 3, and takes 3 out of those. The 2, 4 looks over, making that 3 and that 2. I could have used a 3, but eh. Now, the 2 makes that 4 and that 2, which looks down, making that 6, which makes that 3. This is 1, which takes 1 out of here, which I had from the box anyway, but I didn't miss it. I just didn't get to it yet, and I got there a different way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, and 9. There is no 5 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 9 there. There's no 5 there. That's the 9. That's the 7. That's the 5. There you go. That makes this 6 and this 7. Now, this 4 looks down, making this 6 and this 4. I'd realised this stack was almost completely done. This 8 takes 8 out of there. The 6 takes 6 out of there. So close. This is actually going to resolve it at the end, isn't it? This is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9 go in there. But there's no 9 there. So that's the 9, which means that's the 8. And in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, there's no 6 there. This 8 makes this 4, which makes this 8. The 4 looks down, making this 5, which makes this 4. The 5 looks up, making that 7, which makes this 5. And the 7 looks up, making this 1, which looks down, making this 2, which makes this 1. There's no 1 here. The 8 makes this 6, which makes this 7. The 6 looks across, making this 8, which makes this 1, which makes this 6. And the last digit I put in is a 2. Congrats on solving the Sudoku. You have earned a bad joke as a reward. Uh-oh. Why did the blind man fall into a well? Because he couldn't see that well. Yes, that was a bad joke. 12 people have solved this puzzle. I don't know where ZegreS has shared this puzzle, but that was amazing. I loved that break-in. And the break-in was really cool. Like, it was fairly obvious something was going on here, and I just had to figure out what it was. But this having to be one of the 789s, or this would break, and then the 1 2, that was glorious. And then the 1 2 3 4 here having to be placed into those cells was stunning. Yeah. There's a reason why ZegreS jumps the queue, and this is it. That was absolutely magical. Yeah, coming up with a pure thermo puzzle that is that good is not easy. Believe me, I've tried. Yeah, that's really, really good. Holy cow. I hope to see more from ZegreS in the future. I also expect that by the time my video comes out, as I said, this will have had thousands of solves, and I'll get comments along the lines of, oh, this one again. That's okay. That's fine. It's not a problem. As long as the puzzle gets seen, I don't care where or how. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed my solve of Heavy in the Head by ZegreS. Yeah, and as always, good luck with your solving.